Hello everyone and welcome to another Chill Sunday stream. Here we are playing Carto again. I hope everyone is having a lovely Sunday or whatever day you're watching this video when it goes up on YouTube. So today we're going to be playing more of this game Carto, where you're moving maps around and rearranging things and trying to shape the world around you. And given that we are going to be playing this game, I thought it would be a great opportunity to talk about gerrymandering. I also want to welcome Jaguar. How are you doing today? I want to remind everybody to use live chat if you have the opportunity so you can see what's going on. Merchants, welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? We've got this nice simple melody in the background, welcoming everybody in. Sleepy but optimistic that I will beat the anti-sleep goals that lurk. Well, I wish you the best of luck with that. May you actually find sleep tonight. Just going to move that slightly. Sorry, just adjusting my microphone. All you see is a hand reaching across. Jaguar says, I'm having a good Sunday so far, got a few things done, and it's really nice. You all. Well, I'm chilling at the moment. Jalix, welcome. How are you doing today? So I actually left my teacup inside. I am going to go grab that. Give me one moment, everyone. Okay. So answering your question, Jaguar, I'm doing pretty alright. Pretty chill. Ultimately just looking forward to playing more of this game and having a good time with you all. And as everyone makes their way in the next minute, we'll get started in about a minute or two and hopefully enjoy this game. Jaguar says, Merchant sounds like we need to find you a nice item to help you to dungeon crawl and beat them goals or something RPG related. True, true, true. Jalix says, I'm not doing very well, to be honest. Oh, what's going on? If there's anything you want to share or talk about on stream, you know, feel free to let us know and we can talk about it. Also, give me one more second. Okay, and we're good now. It took me a while. It took me all that time since you asked to write that because I feel like I am bringing negativity to a space that shouldn't have any, but oh well. No, I don't think that not feeling well means that you're bringing negativity to a space personally. To me, if you're not feeling well, you know, it's part of the process of life and it's part of going through things. And I think we can collaboratively work towards being there for you in a certain way, if that's something you want or desire, and you should be allowed to voice that. You can still be chill and still experience some of those feelings. At least that's how I see it. A Jaguar says nothing wrong about honesty. Absolutely. Jalet says, but expressing that can bring other people down as well, which is a kind of negativity, at least in my mind. I don't know if it's more about, I don't know if I would feel brought down by you talking about it personally. I can't really speak for other people. I think that, you know, it's okay to talk about those type of things and to experience that. Jaguar says if that's where you're at, that's where you're at. That's not negative. If other people feel down, sounds like a them problem and them having boundary issues. Yeah, I was trying to lead into that direction as well, Jaguar. Other people need to be in a lot of ways responsible for their own feelings, and you talking about the things that are affecting you and how you're feeling, I don't think personally bring down anything. We can still have a chill conversation and explore all of that as well, and allow your feelings to have a space in that regard. So, with that said, though, I am going to start up the game. We are up to Chapter 3, The Forest. I'm just gonna adjust the setting quick. And let's make our way in. Just gonna check where we were at. It's been a minute. I think it's a harmful impulse in any case because openness in things like this can help a lot. You mean a harmful impulse to, like, not talk about it or to shut down kind of thing? But the brain isn't like that, sadly. Oh, these trees are, like, running away from me. Yeah, in a lot of ways, having that openness and that conversation can, in fact, be very helpful. Not just for yourself, but even for other people. I think we had just come... Or no. Did we... We just entered a new area. Okay. A path back to the grassland just across that river. Here's a house. The little cartographer. After being led out of the wildwood, the little cartographer arrived at a strange building hidden amongst the trees. Are we reading our own story? She followed her curiosity inside and picked up the first book that she saw. Just then, the story tender entered. Ah, there's that darn book I've been looking everywhere. Greetings, Duke. Welcome, welcome. It's a good one, eh? I was thoroughly riveted, couldn't put it down. And then when I did, I forgot where I put it. Ghost lilies, bear hugs, farting sheep, what an adventure. Well, clearly you have good taste. Welcome to the Story Chalet. We're not easy to find. You must have a nose for knowledge. I'm the story tender, and I take care of a rather unique library. You'll find lots of love here, and our stories are always changing. In fact, they've been changing rather quickly of late. I was just in the middle of sorting some books, but these old bones could use a break. Let me show you how things work around here. And this is the desert wing of the chalet. Not to be confused with the dessert wing, which is sadly still under construction. Like I mentioned, each wing contains stories related to a specific area of the world. I recently started reading a good one in this very room. It was about an old lady searching for her granddaughter in the desert. I know, right? What a good premise. When I left off, the granny was getting a bit exhausted. I can see you're excited about learning. Oh, to be curious young mind again. Duke says, sorry to hear things aren't great with you, Jalix. Feel free to talk about it if you want, either here or elsewhere. I second that as well, Jalix. Well, off you go then. Have at these books. I'll be in the writing room. Just let me know if I can be of any assistance. Let's see, what do we got? Searching the sands. Destination desert. The desert could be a harsh place and was home to a resilient nomadic people. The shifting sands were a way of life, often confounding the flora and fauna. And within the tumult, a wizened woman searching for her granddaughter. They had been separated by a storm and yearned to be together. Back downstairs. What's this book? Their people served on an essential function to chart the lands, noting any changes and shifts over time immemorial. Jalix says, thanks you all, I really appreciate it. I'm not sure myself why I'm not doing well, to be honest. Yeah, sometimes it can actually be more difficult to identify what it is that's bothering us than or even how to phrase what's bothering us, depending on the circumstances, than the actual thing of what's bothering us being something that we feel. I don't know if that made any sense. But, like, the idea being that it's hard to communicate exactly what's going on if you can even identify it in the first place. Their people served an essential function to chart the lands, noting any changes and shifts over time immemorial. They traveled by airship, quietly observing from high above, rarely disturbing the people below. Their navigation skills were peerless, passed down through collective memory of their ancestors. Simply, they were cartographers, by trade and by blood. A book lies open on the desk. Nearby, a typewriter taps steadily on its own. Spooky. The Gathering of Magic Books. The Grasslanders found endless ways of improving their lives through clever applications of plants. Using an amalgam of different rubber plants, they created a new type of footwear. These magic boots could be stretched to fit any sized foot and raised the running speed of its wearers. The last known pair awaits someone bold enough to sport them, somewhere in the grassland wing of the basement 2 of the story chalet. Nomads by nature, the people of the grassland typically migrate once a generation. They travel to barren lands bearing seeds and ancient irrigation techniques. The grasslanders are deeply attuned to their flora, listening to the voice of the earth and coaxing its growth through song. By the time the next generation migrates, the land they leave behind is a fertile paradise. Yes, please read it again. That was kind of powerful, and I feel like that. They travel to barren lands bearing seeds and ancient irrigation techniques, and then they fix the land, essentially, by giving it, all sorts of, care and loving the land, and then leave it a paradise. That's awesome. Good night, sleepy sheepy. Sympathy for red devils. Ganga style. Ballad of the sour potato traditional. Begonia pop. Munkar's mournful melody. Hey there, Delilah. Campfire songs, apparently. Felix says, and knowing it would make things better in and of itself, but allowing you to do something about it. Exactly. And Jaguar says, that's true. I definitely totally get that. Sometimes when I can't identify what's bothering me, I try to make space for those feelings and do some self-caring activities. Before I respond to that, let me read this. Deep in the forest, in an unmemorable corner, sits the story chalet. This peculiar building can be tricky to find when you're looking for it, but easy to stumble across when you aren't. It houses a remarkable library of books overseen by and cataloged by a story tender. These mysterious tomes are endlessly updated by an unseen hand documenting stories and cultures around the world. The building itself is an architectural marvel with a deceptively simple facade that obscures its more sophisticated interior. Jaguar says, sometimes afterward the pesky thing reveals itself or stays a bit more soothed and quiet. That's very true. A lot of the times, just by giving it space, like Jaguar mentioned, you end up getting time to, at the very least, accept the feelings, and sometimes accepting the feelings can, in fact, lead to it being a little bit more soothed. And in addition to that, if you do end up using some of those techniques that one can use for self-care or devoting time and energy to spending time on that, you can often find that you might be able to identify it just a little bit more, even if it doesn't come fully into view. Jaguar says, I love powerful moments in the game. We've also talked a lot about farming and agricultural techniques on the server. That connection to the earth is amazing. Absolutely. One, the amount of good conversations we've had on the Discord about stuff like that is definitely worth bringing up. But in addition, the connection to the earth in all of this is quite profound. I'm enjoying the fact that this game is bringing about such an understanding of the world being something beautiful and to be taken care of, even in regards to just being able to move the land around the map. Like, the magical power you get in this game kind of goes with that theme, and the idea that there's this story library and people talking about fixing the land as opposed to extracting resource from it already provides a different mindset that I think is, again, really beautiful to see. I wanna... Wait, maybe I can do this. How can I get... And then if I go downstairs, maybe... Okay, I see how this works. Why don't I just stock this like that? That could be helpful. Oh no, because I can't get in the... Okay. But I could do this. Can I get into the other... I can't get into the other door, though, I guess, to go downstairs. At least not yet. A path blocks the grasslands just across the river. So if I were to... No, you're not going to let me do that. So there's no way for me to get across this river. Merchant says, just tired, thus the no talking. I'm using headphones instead of speakers. It feels more like a comfortable, chill experience with the headphones. Well, I'm glad you found a way to make the experience a little bit more chill and cozy for you, given that that is the point of these streams. The grasslanders found endless ways to amalgam of different rubber plants. They created a new type of footwear. These magic boots could be stretched to fit any sized foot. The last note, somewhere in the grassland wing of basement 2 of the story chalet. Is there a way to access basement 2? Duke says yes, sometimes it's nice to hang out sometimes. True. Basement 1. I see. So if I put the grasslands... There we go. Put some pep in your step, save some time, and whiz right over shallow obstacles. Huh. That's neat. That is really neat. Does that mean I can get over this now? Uh-huh. Trail to grasslands. Return to the grassland? Yes, I would like to return to the grassland quickly. Welcome back, little wood sprite. We were worried when you disappeared. Did you happen to see the ghost lily? Ah, well, I figured I'd ask. Monkar will be sad to hear it. I hope he was still holding out hope, but everyone will be glad to have you back. Though I know that look in your eye. Are you on your own secret mission now? You're looking for somewhere sandy? I don't know of such a place, but sometimes Mo the shepherd arrives home. Oh, so we get to revisit here. That's nice. Because I had wanted to check something here anyway. Here it was. Is this what it was? Yeah. There we go. A fully bloomed red clapper, you can give it a rest now. And I'm fairly certain we can get to the no road ahead. I think there was a way to get to the desert at the chalet, but I don't know how to get back there. Welcome back. I'm glad to see you're safe. Perhaps you can regale the students of your travels sometime. The ghost slowly went into the afterlife. I want to be an adventurer like you. Did you find any cool plants? We learned about the pentapoppy. Bah. My sheep. Have you seen my sheep? They're right here. All my sheep are here. Why did you wake me up? Where do I get Sandy? Don't tell my dad, but I don't know. Sometimes I just wake up that way. Maybe I can show you when I'm asleep. I'm wide awake now, but there are probably some plants that can knock me out. But I'm no plant expert. What plant could we use to knock him out? We gotta get some chamomile, maybe. Teacher always knows best. Maybe we can ask the teacher then? Are those new boots? You're certainly making good time in them. But you must be tired from running around so much. Children, what plans can we use to help our friends sleep soundly tonight? I know, pick me. It's not a competition, everyone can answer. I think each of the children has something to tell you. When you gather the plants, put them inside this pot. Whisper grass? When the wind blows through it, it sounds like a bunch of people going shh. I saw some at the mouth of the river. Slumber stalk. Its stems have a gentle fragrance that makes everyone sleepy. It grows in the center of a field of yellow leaves. Dowsing daisies. They simply nod and make everyone around them tired. There are a bunch planted near the circle road. We've got the daisies. The other plant should be... Wasn't it in a field? What did the other one say? Field of yellow leaves. Do I have to combine these? Yep. That would do it. And the last one. Whisper grass by the mouth of the river. You know, right next to both the river and the open ocean. I can't place that there. Won't connect on the top. I could just drop that down, that works. You expand the map with land management? Pretty much. You get to find new parts just by maneuvering and manipulating the map. The mouth of the river. How would I then... find the mouth of the river, as it were? What if I... There we go. We have all of the sleepy plants. The children are all knowledgeable about plants. So I should be able to bring that to you. Flowers for me and the sheep. How thoughtful. 1, 2, and 3. And we follow his sleepwalking into the desert. And here we are. Why do you keep touching them? Cactuses have thorns. Thorns are sharp. What? I collected a thing doing that. You've learned nothing about these plants. Stop touching. And we have 2 new map pages. When did I get so old? You better believe I'm sharp as a cactus, but my body feels like an ancient temple these days. Sandy and full of skeletons. Enjoy it while you can, kiddo. Beautiful, isn't she, this golden desert of ours? Curves as far as the eye can see. We used to have a lush oasis all to ourselves, but it dried right up. We've been searching for another water source ever since. The cacti may look dry, but we squeeze every last drop of water out of them. Such steadfast mounts, our boys. They're able to conserve water in their bodies, the clever things. It makes them too heavy to cross the yellow sands, but it's helpful to have extra water around just in case. It's a good thing we found those cacti when we did. So I'm going to probably have to go deeper into the desert. Okay. Don't drink water from cacti. Cacti's juice is full of alkaloids that can make you sick. All that's reminding me of, Zero, also welcome, and I hope you're having a lovely Sunday, is the scene from Avatar: The Last Airbender with the cacti. It's the quenchiest. I am not sure what I'm supposed to be doing with this. Let me go back and talk to those two. And see... You must be parched, young sister. I wish we had more to offer you. We're down to our last few cacti. And Granny Nua is looking a bit worse for wear. I'm fine. Yes, of course you are. We were barely able to set up this camp in time before the sandstorm rolled in. The rest of our unit headed west across the yellow sand. Are you familiar with our desert? Be careful in the yellow sands. They're ever shifting and the landscape around you can change in a heartbeat. The white sands around us are calm and you can use them to find your way back. The elders told us of a desert haven. We're hoping to find water there to sustain us. Yes, even your elders have elders. Captain Samala went looking for the desert haven, but we haven't heard from her since. I do hope that girl's alright. I see. So the wind blows right. Does that mean it wants me to go the direction the wind was blowing from? Yes. So far, so good. Seems to be working. And I found the pages. So, what do we got here? The end of the desert. And a tightly locked chest with a series of numbers scrawled on it. 90, negative 180, 270, negative 270, 90. Should I write that down? I think I'm gonna write that down. That sounds like, circumference of a circle kind of deal. A long abandoned tent, watch out for scorpions. -90, negative 180, 270, negative 270, 90. That should represent directions. But do they want me to do that? Follow the footprints in the yellow sands. Make sure they connect. Yeah, I was thinking they might be coordinates, Zero. That would make sense to me. Follow the footprints in the yellow sand. Make sure they connect. I'm kind of confused at what footprints they're talking about. Is it these little things here? Well, Zero, the degrees in a circle would be a representation of coordinates, typically. In a coordinate plane. But I just don't know if the game would want me to do that, essentially. Oh, I see. Wait. Oh, I see. I think this is going left, that's going right, so I need to... Did that do it? Follow this way. And then I need to spin this until... suppose I could also spin this one. Okay, that worked. And then... that's upside down. There is not a third one with the footprints. There we go. Got it. This part is very... I'm assuming those are dizzy faces, Jaguar? Now it should be able to head over, and that looks like the... possibly an oasis? Oh, we found more people. Hello, little sister. You have the blood of a water seeker in you. I can tell. Not everyone can read the desert so well. I mean, I'm literally moving the desert, so... you know. We lost track of Captain Samala, but we will find her. Just as we'll find some water soon. We seekers use all our senses to locate water. We inspect the appearance of the plants. We sense the movements of the animals, the density of the air. Clues are everywhere. Our captain went missing a few weeks ago during an especially strong sandstorm. She's the best water seeker we have. I'm sure she can survive on her own, but it's been so long. Granny Nua must be worried about her. What a dramatic dromedary. I love the pun. I got a coconut. Oh, I have a new piece of desert. Water can be found near where vegetation grows in clusters. So if I take the cacti and I do something like that. Maybe those numbers of rotation, like 90 would be rotation of a tile by 90 degrees. That's another possibility for sure. I see. There we go. That is a really cool idea, JLX. I found some strange ruins. Sisters, I'll meet you in the middle of them. I know I'm close to the haven, Captain. A noble camel chewing on a long, ornate, silken scarf. The question would be which tile. That's a good point. It could be the tile that it's on. What was the description for the haven? I found some strange ruins. I'll meet you in the middle of them. I know I'm close. Looks like there's an arrow to the right here, so let me head this way. Seeing some signs of ruins. I am not sure what I'm doing here. Am I supposed to be forming these three into something? I head this way, then I have that to my back. I get a wall here. If I spin this, does that change it? Yeah. I'm not sure what it wants me to do here. No, I didn't think so. This isn't helping me. I only have 3 of these, so what am I supposed to do? I'll meet you in the middle of them. How do I establish a middle? Unless... Wait, I have an idea. Does anyone have any idea? Because I'm kind of at a loss on how to do this with 3 pieces. I would have imagined I need a 4th piece. Triangle. Thank you, Zero. That was unclear to me. Through the sand, so hazy, built up from the earth, cool stones, wrapped around water, dirt below, or drip. Are we still... Are we still good? Because I think something reset on my end. There was a glitch. Is it still... Okay, we're still working, still going on the same link. Welcome, Ill State Fishing. Good to have you here. Did you all miss anything or no? Yeah, middle is not the best descriptor for the center of a triangle when you're using squares. King Cyrus, welcome. How are you doing? Okay, it looks like things are okay on my end. Because it looked like it completely reset the stream on my end at first, so I just wanted to make sure we were good. Looks like we have that. We should be able to do this and just combine the map a little bit. Jaguar said my text got wonky. It's clear now. Okay. Glad we're doing okay there. I'm gonna try rotating this piece. I'm also... Yep. You can hear it. Jalix, I think you were right. So we want to go to 90. So... Problem is I don't know which direction this is supposed to go in. Let's try right 90. Let's go left 180. Go right 270. Left 270. And then right 90. That did not work. That's what I tried, but maybe I have to do it in one go. Got it. A luxurious chest filled with shimmering treasure. Surely no one will miss one coin. A treasure doesn't mean much when you're thirsty. True! Also, Jalix, good looking out. So we have a little well here. Captain Samala said, head back to camp if we got lost. We're just regrouping, then heading back out to find her. The coconuts were empty, but we found a few more cacti to bring back. Have you encountered a noble white camel that's our captain's mount? She leaves him to wait just outside the yellow sand. If you can find that camel, perhaps you can find a clue to our captain. I found her. Take care of yourself, sister. If you find yourself mumbling or to move, you're dehydrated. Can I, like, put the camel here? Very poignant statement. Absolutely true. Yeah, the idea that, you know, money is not really worth much when, your needs aren't met. I'm so thirsty. Also, I really do feel like these are gonna have to be aligned at some point. Something like this. I'm waiting for there to be a centerpiece. Money's only worth whatever someone's willing to give you for it. True. And the thing is, that is very unfortunate, is as long as you're in a place where your needs aren't met, you'll pretty much do anything for it. Especially in a desert, if you don't have water. Maybe it'll be like a spring that floods the rest of the tiles. I'm thinking it'll end up being an oasis. The fact that the water's sometimes worth more than diamonds breaks down more mainstream economic models just on its own. Yeah. Definitely with you there, Duke. Without water, without food, without shelter, without medicine, you don't have life. In terms of humans, at very least. Thank you for saving me, sweet sister. I almost made it to the haven, but I lost my unit along the way. Please give me a moment to contact them. With haste, my friend. What did you just put on the ground? Oh, apologies, I was sending a message via sand beetle. They're a great tool for communication. We mark our position on their shell and they burrow towards the footsteps of others. They shed their shell every few days so it doesn't bother them. You must be very brave and resilient to have found me here. Did you pass my sisters along the way, might I ask? I'm so relieved. I knew they'd be fine, but I wasn't sure how far my clues would get them. If I'm right, this is indeed the gate to the desert haven. But to open it, I need a special artifact. Our tribe has passed it down through generations, knowing it would show us the way when we truly needed it. I believe that time has come. Sadly, I was harangued by a group of sand rogues, and one absconded with the artifact. While we wait for my sisters, could you please have a look around for them? Thank you kindly. I'm truly in your debt. If you find one, remember they're too fast to catch, unless you can somehow distract them. One stole a bracelet right off my wrist once. Those wily devils are attracted to shiny things. The sand rogues should be in the yellow sands. Use something shiny to lure one out. If you don't have anything shiny, you can probably find something in the abandoned camp. Alright. Well, we have something shiny. Zero says we're coming up to the days when people will be fighting wars over water too. Rogues absconding, I like those words. Put the gold coin. Hide. A dizzy rat with a fluffy tummy. Kinda soft and very sandy, with something strange amongst its fur. A piece of the map. Some scratches on the surface, but clearly a precious artifact. Do I have to use more coins, or...? The artifact, you found it. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. You are truly a miracle, sister. Now, if I'm right, do we just have to put the artifact in place like this? Ethiopia and Egypt are currently just shy of shooting over water right now, said Duke. I didn't realize it had gotten that bad, but I'm kind of not surprised. And Zero had said we're coming up to the days when people were fighting wars over water. Yeah. What's the final step? She may be my captain, but I love her just the same. There's some ancient writing on that gate, almost as ancient as me. It says something about the light. Did you see that band of sandbirds scurrying by? They make my skin crawl. Who knew the desert would be full of rats? Don't we have snakes for that? We made it. That gate is incredible. Centuries of weathering and still it stands. But what do these symbols mean? Do I have to rotate it a specific way? Oh. Oh, okay. That's awesome. That was really cool. The gate is opened, but where's the haven? Told you I was gonna put something in the middle. Boom. Created an oasis. Duke says, over the filling of the Grand Renaissance Dam and its impact on Nile water levels that Egypt relies on for just about everything. Honestly, that's not surprising anymore. I guess our drinking water is also a camel bath. I'm just gonna not think about it too hard about that. Yay, water. Let's put this here, and we kind of completed an actual map. Oh, you can't even separate these anymore. That's awesome. I like that detail. Water at last. I'm grateful to you, kiddo. You helped track down the captain, and then helped her find the haven. You're an honorary water seeker as far as I'm concerned. Whoa, ho. Did you feel that earthquake? It could only have come from the volcano. There must be a major eruption brewing to feel it all the way out here. There's no rest for the wicked, I tell you. There ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. Something like that. Couldn't have done it without you. As soon as we track down some more beetles, I'll send messages out to the rest of the tribe to join us. Water is life. Much love to the water protectors. Absolutely, Jaguar. 100%. The elders whispered of secret tunnels beneath the haven. So we had our quenchiest cactus, and now we're gonna go to a secret tunnel, everyone. Avatar the Last Airbender references for the win. Mind you, you might not find your way back once you enter. I'm good. Let's check it out. And where are we? Oh, we're back here. Ah. The secret tunnel in the mountain. Secret, secret, secret tunnel. Yes, Jaguar. That should be the theme song to this game. Aw! We found our friend. I was so worried when you didn't show up at our meeting spot, but it sounds like you've been busy. The story tender told me you dropped by here on your way to the desert. Did you find any clues about your granny there? Aw, I'm sorry. I'm sure it's just a matter of time. I bet she's looking just as hard for you. Ah, you felt the ground shaking too? I thought it was just my lunch disagreeing with me until some of the books fell off the shelf. The volcano must be acting up again. The eruptions are quite the sight to behold. The sky darkens with thick black smoke and orange embers drift through it like snowflakes. That smoke might make it harder for your granny to navigate, Carto. I wonder if you can warn her somehow. I bet it's worth a try. Great, I bet we can find some clues in the volcano wing. I'll meet you there. Such impatience. I'm sad to say the volcano wing has been missing for some time. The chalet can be a bit unpredictable. Sometimes the rooms are where you'd expect, and sometimes they go missing. If only I could visit the top floor again someday. Ah, please ignore me. Just the wistful yearnings of an old man. Anyways, I can't be much of help in locating the volcano wing, but I can usually find what I'm looking for if I read enough books. No better place to start. The little cartographer had come up dry looking for her granny in the desert, but she had other burning issues to deal with. How could she warn her granny about the volcano that was about to erupt? And before that, she had to figure out how to get up there. There was sand as far as the eye could see. It was inescapable between your sheets, on your skin, in your sandwiches. I wouldn't want sand in my sandwiches. That would be rather distasteful. When the sandstorms were at their most fierce, whole camps would be buried. Routes leading back to the grasslands and other neighboring regions would disappear. These paths could be found again by intrepid adventurers or at times unwitting wanderers. Yeah, we just witnessed that firsthand. The Water Seekers. The Water Seekers were highly revered in their tribe, being responsible for the survival of their people. This resolute group would seek out new water resources, often journeying far from home. Their senses were highly attuned to the desert environment around them, to aid them in their search. Once a new water source was located, their tribe would migrate to join them, camels and all. That chalet is cursed, I tell you. While exploring its labyrinth halls, I came across a floor sign bearing no number but an ominous question mark instead. I ran to the stairwell in a panic, only to discover that the floors above and below it were equally unmarked. I saw rooms I'd never seen before on these unknown floors, and fled in terror from the shock. I will never return to that unholy place. Let me see. I came across a floor sign bearing no number but an ominous question mark instead. I ran to the stairwell in a panic only to discover the floors above and below it were equally unmarked. Which floor has a... None of these floors have a question mark, though. And he had said something about the top floor. That scene reminds me of the Little Rascals movie. There was a scene with the sand and the kid's sandwich. I actually don't remember the Little Rascals. It's been so long. Do I have to, like, put this floating? Question mark float. There we go. The floors above and below it were equally unmarked. There we go. Gangle, welcome. How are you doing today? Chirb, the 256th Watcher. Many years before Chirb became the 256th Watcher, Chirb was a small, beardless Chirb. Chirb did not make friends easily and would spend many afternoons exploring the woods by Chirb's self. One fateful afternoon, Chirb followed a sad hooting noise and found an owlet stuck in an animal trap. Chirb freed the owlet and disassembled the trap, turning it into a stretcher to carry the owlet in till it healed. Chirb and Chirb's owl companion were never apart after that day, and now tend to mother together. Glad to hear you're doing well, Gangle. That's really good news. Mother's roots stretched across the forest as she grew and far beyond. They grew all along hidden paths, snaking their way to the distant lands across the world. These paths were subtle and obscure to all but the most intrepid explorers. Only the trees knew how to access them, and they didn't speak much. Bearing an earthworm companion and a great big bushy beard, Lempa the messenger was chosen as the 255th Watcher. Lempa and his earthworm patrolled the wildwood for decades, steadfast friends and protectors of Mother. Sadly, an errant sparrow snatched the earthworm from his shoulder, leaving him alone with the trees for the remainder of his watch. Oh no, that's really sad. Though to this day, the countless progeny of Lempa's earthworm friends crawl beneath our feet, hungry for dirt and ready to help. Aww. I think I found something. I'm gonna read this book first. Volcanologists are divided on the accuracy of the scientific basis of the volcano calendar. Proponents of the calendar claim that it's been an invaluable planning resource for countless generations, while detractors dismiss it as a bunch of meaningless nonsense, carved on a wall by some vagabond. In any case, residents of the volcano always seem to avoid disaster somehow, whether or not they're expecting it. What'd you find? I had just about given up on the volcano wing when it appeared out of nowhere. This is such a strange building. Anyway, I think I found something helpful in this book. Have a look. The volcano is a popular tourist destination due to its temperate weather and world-famous spas. Travelers can take the long way up, ascending its base over the course of several days, or hope to catch a ride on a friendly member of its thriving mountain goat population. Though the fastest, most reliable path up the volcano lie deep within the forest for those who can find them. It sounds like you can get to the volcano through the forest. If there's a path, I know you'll find it. No one's better at finding their way through the world. Oh, would you, you'd like me to go with you? I worry that I just slow you down. I hate to split up again, but you find your way around so quickly, and time may be of the essence. So hurry along without me, and then in the meantime, I'll do some research for us here. So you've decided to visit the volcano. Volcano calendar. Burning truth or a bunch of hot air. I love these puns and these, like, names. The observers are above. We should now be able to reconnect this. There we go. So it said I should be able to find my way through the forest. But before I do that, I am going to be right back. And then when I get back, we can in fact start our conversation while we continue to play. So I will be back in a few. Okay, everyone, I am back. The bird chirps are so nice. They're quite subtle, which makes them quite relaxing. They probably took some recordings from an actual forest, or maybe specific bird calls and looped them all over each other. I really hope they did that. Actually, I kind of want to see that now, because these sounds are really, really relaxing. Thank you, Jalix. Carto bird calls. I wonder if there's... game. I wonder if there's anything on that. I am not seeing anything. I'll have to check that later. But that would be really, really cool. Okay. I'm just gonna figure out what we're doing with the forest here, and then we can get through our conversation. Am I supposed to go back to the grassland? I'm guessing so. Or not. Because this was the desert. That's the ocean. Ah, there's a path through the forest. There was a thing that... And then I don't know if I had the last one for that. Okay. Welcome back to the forest. Hasn't been the same without you. I know my tenure's ended, but I can't just bear to leave just yet. I'm not talking about you, Furball. Anyway, Chirp still needs some teaching, and I'm enjoying the company of these animals. The volcano, that's a dangerous place, kiddo. But if you really want to go back there, I think there's a tunnel underground. Mother's roots spread far, connecting places in unexpected ways. Maybe Chirp can tell you more. He's the new Watcher, after all. Though I haven't seen him in a while, come to think of it. Perhaps the other messengers know more about that. Yeah, this is the thing that I was trying to do. There's birds here. Gangle, yeah, I love this landscape too. The entirety of this map and the design of this world has been absolutely spectacular in that regard. But, getting on to the topic for today. I thought this would be an interesting topic, very much because of the fact that in this game, we are literally restructuring and rebuilding maps. And as we see, what we do in the game and how we maneuver the maps affects reality. And whether we like it or not, we exist in a reality where electoralism is a a reality that dictates a lot of our lives. As an anarchist, obviously, that's not where I want things to be, but that is a part of our reality. And so, what I wanted to spend some time talking about is gerrymandering. Specifically because in the US, at the very least, every 10 years or so, when the census comes out and all the information comes about, districts get restructured and they get altered and changed in a way that often is made convenient for one group or another. And in most cases, especially these days, the people who benefit the most from that is usually the Republican Party. Which, say what you will about the Democrats and not liking them and whatever, the Republicans are usually objectively the ones that are the more obviously sinister ones, at the very least. And so I wanted to spend some time talking a little bit about gerrymandering and then pose a question to you all about its about it as a thing that happens, what we can do to change it in your opinions, as well as pose some questions about the topic as a whole. But first, I just wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page with it. Gerrymandering, again, is redistricting to change the population of voters in an area. Countries that have proportional representation, it's a lot harder for that kind of thing to happen. And that's because if you are using proportional representation based off of population as like a whole, then you can't really redefine who gets to vote in what quite as easily. But if you have a situation where you can control the size and shape of a district and who's part of what district, you can usually do one of two things if you're the controlling party to make sure you maintain power. The first one is known as cracking, which is basically you split the opponent's party base into in their entire voting block into several districts. So if you had one large section of, say, Democrats, you could split that section of Democrats into 4 areas that are majority Republican, and therefore be able to stop the Democrats from getting any seats, whereas the Republicans, for example, would be able to therefore get 4 seats, where if you redistributed it, it might be 3 for the Republicans and 1 for the Democrats, if you were to keep that voting block as a whole. The other one is called packing, where if you have a bunch of areas where maybe like 60% of the population was one party and 40% was the other, you would redesign it so that all of the larger group of parties, say like Democrats, say you had 4 districts where you had 60% Democrat vote and 40% Republican vote. And if you were to look at that, and then take those 4 areas where the 60% population was, you could combine them, forming one superstructure. And if you were to rezone the districts so that you had like a circle of those 4 different areas, you now could get an area that's like maybe 90% Democrat. But in exchange, the Republicans, for example, could get 3 areas. And so you end up taking any way to either combine all of your opponents into one specific space, or you end up splitting them off so that they minimize the populations. Merchant says, I posted an image in general that I think is a good way of explaining gerrymandering to people and why it's problematic. Let me take a quick look at that to see if that would be useful. Yeah, that is actually a great image. Let me pop this image open. Give me 1 second. So this should work. let me just switch over to it. There we go. Yeah, basically, if you have an area, like it says in this image, with 50% districts, 60% is blue, 40% is red, you could split it in 5 spaces where blue wins, just by splitting them evenly so that the 60% and the 40% remains intact. Or you can draw this weird zigzaggy thing and essentially redistrict it so that red gets 3 and blue gets 2. And again, in this image, you can see a combination of cracking and packing at play, where you're combining, say on the top right corner, that specific district in the top right, you're pretty much packing most of the multiple districts together while minimizing the amount available through, again, cracking and packing and mixing that together. So thank you for this image, merchants. I really appreciate it. With that, so let me get back to the game. So yeah, that's another way to examine that. Gangle says that Dan Crenshaw, who has a really weird district that's shaped like a snake. Ryan says, do you think HR 1 is sufficient to counter gerrymandering? So, I have not actually followed HR 1. I'm going to quickly look that up so I can get a little bit more on that. Honestly, I've been so fed up with a lot of the electoralism as of late that I've been trying to focus on other things and other issues. But to expand voting rights, change federal campaign laws, ban partisan gerrymandering, and create new ethics laws. Honestly, it's probably not going to work. If I had to guess, just based on reading this, just the basic premise behind it. I'm reading off of Wiki just to update myself for that, Ryan. Also, Ryan, welcome, and I hope you are having a lovely day, and I hope you're doing well, if I didn't say that already. The bill would attempt to thwart gerrymandering by requiring states to use independent commissions to draw congressional district lines, except in states with only one congressional district. Partisan gerrymandering, creating a map that unduly favors or disfavors one political party over another, would be prohibited. The legislation would require each commission to have 15 members, 5 Democrats, 5 Republicans, and 5 independents, and would require proposed maps to achieve a majority vote to be accepted, with at least 1 vote in support from a Democrat, a Republican, and an independent. The bill would require the commissions to draw congressional district lines on a 5-part criterion: population equality, compliance with the Voting Rights Act, compliance with additional racial requirements, no retrogression in or delusion of minorities, electoral influence, including in coalition with other voters, respect for political subdivisions and communities of interests, and no undue advantage for any party. So, I'm gonna be real. That's where it probably is going to fail in my book, the no undue advantage for any party. I think you're going to get a lot of instances where nobody's going to agree, and it's going to end up creating this situation where people are struggling to vote in order to vote, which is kind of absurd. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. There are mathematical theories that have been put out there that would probably do a lot better if they were followed. There's a lot of stuff in graph theory and map theory that could be utilized. I think better than anything else would just be to use proportional representation based on states, if you had to do it, where the entire population votes, and then you select representatives based on the percentages of the entire state. Maybe that would work a little bit better. Because that would guarantee a little bit more fairness. But I agree with Jalix with what he just said, that the entire premise of the Electoral College really doesn't make sense in the first place. And so with the presidential election, it's kind of an issue. However, Jalix, I do want to put it out there that it's not just for the Electoral College, but it's based on seats in the Senate and seats in the House of Representatives, not the Senate. Senate is equal representation, which of course prioritizes smaller population states, and the House of Representatives gets unfortunately, in this case with gerrymandering, the electoral vote based on that regard. So if you have a certain population in the state, they get a certain amount of votes. And because of the way they district, you get to choose whether it's usually whether it's a Republican or a Democrat. Having independent people there is kind of irrelevant considering the two-party system, as far as I'm concerned. And if you get the 5 independents, for example, coming from a more libertarian mindset, and I mean that in the US sense, what's the difference? If you get independents coming from a more leftist perspective, then what are they going to favor? The Democrats or the Republicans? Like, I don't think this is going to fix the larger issue of the two-party system. I don't think it's going to fix the larger issue of the fact that nobody's going to be comfortable. And if you're providing, quote, no undue advantage, what does that exactly mean? Does it mean that you're trying to split it equally? Are you trying to split it in a fair and equitable way? Is a Republican really going to vote on something if it means that their party isn't going to get any single votes? It really comes off like a band-aid, and mathematically, it doesn't really work. And oftentimes what this really comes down to is that politicians end up getting to vote for, or rather choose who gets to vote for them, rather than picking, the voters getting to pick their politicians. So incumbents end up getting benefited here, where they can pick the population that's going to choose them and keep them in office, and then provide space for more of their, like-minded, party members to vote for them. And unfortunately, that's going to mean that conservatives are essentially going to have more representation and vote no matter what, just based on the way the country tends to function. Cyrus says this is why Republicans have lots of control in many states, especially the stranglehold in the Midwest in some instances. Again, that is absolutely true. As long as you are an incumbent around the time of a census, you can start to make the shift in the population and shift in districting. And again, if you can rearrange the map and you can shape it however you want, you get to control a lot of how the electoralism gets to work. And that means you get to control policy, and you don't even have to be the most popular, you just have to be the ones in control in a specific time. And that's unfortunate. So the question I want to pose to you all when it comes to this gerrymandering topic is, if you are from the US, what districts are you aware of that are kind of odd in this regard, where you have these oddly shaped districts? Are you aware of any that are specifically in your knowledge pool or anything of that sort? And do you have any details on the way that it's been used in maybe your area, or maybe in areas that you've lived in, or areas that you're aware of where it's been particularly detrimental? And if you're not from the US, I am curious if there's ever been a form of this where you live. I know Pakistan, for example, has actually had some cases of it. I know Ireland actually had some cases of it when it was dealing with a lot of the issues around its independence from Great Britain. And so I just was wondering if there was any variation within other countries that maybe isn't so obvious to someone who's from the US. Jalix says, one has to say, though, that this isn't the only tool the Republicans have to ignore popular vote, like voter suppression. Well, that's the thing also. If you can keep your people in power, then you can institute more laws that allow for voter suppression. Because the thing is, it also affects the local governments. And this is where the Republican Party will always thrive in the US, is via local votes. Even if the federal government is run by Democrats, not that they're really going to do anything with the likes of people like Sinema and Manchin. But even if that is the case, you often will get instances where the politicians will end up, on the local level, will end up influencing the local districting to make sure that they control state elections or local municipalities, and therefore they can control things like libraries, they can control things like how much funding certain institutions get. They can control what school districts get money, and they can start to influence policies in that way as well, which will eventually lead to things like voter suppression. So Jalix, you're actually on point with all of that and connecting all that. Ryan asks says in a proportional representative system, you're voting for the party directly rather than a candidate, since members get chosen based on percentage vote. That's one possibility. You can also do it so that you vote as a whole based on what's it called? You could do it so that you vote for the party, and then within the party, you get to have a secondary vote, potentially for the candidates, or for the top candidates. There's lots of ways to do it. I don't know what the most fair one would be, but that is actually an issue with proportional representative systems. I'm not sure. I know a lot of other countries tend to have the proportional system, and I'm not as familiar with it myself. But if anybody else has any knowledge on it, feel free to chime in on this. And I'm just going to pop back into the game for a bit, and we can continue this conversation as you all want to provide information. I might pull up also some examples of gerrymandering that are specifically bad as we go through, but I just want to merge gameplay with the conversation a little bit. A boon to see you, the finest navigator of these woods I've known. We're in need of your skills. We can't seem to find the new watcher. I'm not sure if I'll ever get used to saying that. Neep and his vulture are getting a bird's eye view from one of the bigger trees. Maybe they've seen something interesting. Chirp absent, but vulture see. Northeast, mother, with haste. Northeast, so we're gonna have to build some stuff over here. But first I want to figure out this thing with the birds that was down here. So if anyone has any like particular cases that were bad, or any examples that have happened outside of the US, I'm definitely open to hearing any of that. Jalix says, oh, here in Germany it's pretty simple. The seats on the am I pronouncing it right? Bundestag? The parliament are simply allocated by share of the vote as long as the party has over 5%. And you don't vote for candidates. I will take someone, yeah. Toronto's last election had the wards, city-level districts, halved midway through the municipal election, which had an effect of making more seats swing conservative due to their makeup. Ooh, so that is indeed an example of gerrymandering in that instance. So the birds are there. There's... Okay, I see birds here. There's one bird there. Two birds there. There's a bird here. There we go. I forgot how you were supposed to set up. Give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna double check this because I remember something about the birds online. Guides. was... Okay. I see how to do it. So you put this way, this here, this one here, and there's, I think, this one here. Yep, that was it. And you combine the 4 birds, and they sing a song. Just gonna get back into the chat so I can see what you've all been saying. Let me catch up on chat. I'll have a little bit of tea as well. Jalix says right now they're pandering around the chancellor candidates, and people tend to vote for the face they like the most. And like, we're having a really, really important election in 3 weeks. Jaguar says, I was mostly listening, but I'm thinking about how this probably makes people feel like their vote doesn't count because people don't see things they want enacted. Well, you know, that's the thing, Jaguar. In a lot of this, not only is it the gerrymandering, not only is it the voter suppression, but it's also the amount of money that's put into politics that makes it so that voting really doesn't mean much. The electoral college system, the way things are being done, you could have 70 to 80% of the population of the US wanting something, and this electoralism, this representative democracy that the US is supposed to be, isn't going to produce much. And I think that's part of why I think a philosophy like anarchism is going to start growing in support over the next coming years. Because no, in this representative democracy has never really been representative of people. It's always been representative of moneyed interests. People have always pulled games to try to move things around. And a lot of times our votes don't really matter. Also, I need to head up northeast, so let me... There's a corrupt mind... let me catch up with this. Jalix says, I'll be 3 months too young to actually vote. Oof, that's rough. There's no good response to that, except it's just the reality of things with the way they are right now when it comes to age and voting. And consent. You know, we have that number. And there's reasons behind it. And, I mean, yeah. Ryan says, how does the party decide which candidates should be allocated into seats? That's a really good question. If anybody from a proportional, representation country could provide more information on that, that would be lovely. But I have a feeling it's probably the same kind of corruption where they pick the person who either has the most corporate backing or the most financial availability or the most, the friendliest face that people know. I bet there's a lot of corruption there as well. But at least then it doesn't have the same, I guess, excuse. And the fact is, like, most people vote down party lines anyway, so I don't really think it's gonna make a difference. A lot of times it's Team Blue and Team Red anyway. At least in the US. If people actually paid attention to what the candidates actually said, I think maybe we'd be in a slightly different place, but there's no accountability anyway. Duke says... Oh, Jalix, you did respond to that. I think the party decides themselves independent to the voters. Yeah, so basically what I said. Duke says, it was during the election and people had no idea what war they were in or running, and as a result, it got challenged in court until the government said they would use the notwithstanding clause to overrule any constitutional challenge. Fairly certain what happened here was because the Premier Ford was just sour over the fact other councillors were mean to him or being an idiot when he was on the Toronto City Council. Gangle said there's a corrupt mindset in the system that makes everyone turn a blind eye. Absolutely. So it said northeast of the mother. So I wonder what we have to do to actually be in that spot. Jalix said, honestly, here it isn't that different in terms of voting on party lines. You just have Team Blue, the fascist, Team Black, the conservatives, and Team Red, the social democrats. Northeast Mother Tree. Nice boots. So what do you want me to do exactly? Team Green, well, Green, and the other Team Red, the actual socialists. At least they say so. Fair enough. At least you have an actual socialist party, supposedly. What do you want me to do, game? I've heard different things about Link. Are they any good? What is Link? What is that in reference to? And what they say has been mostly social democrat with an end goal of socialism. Honestly, at this point, as frustrating as things are, I wish there was a little bit more social democracy in the US at this point as a norm, considering how conservative the US is. Dear Link is the other red Jalix is talking about. Oh, okay. I know nothing about German politics, so if, I know, Jalix, you mentioned some, but if you have anything else to add, by all means, please do so. I am trying to figure out what to do in terms of getting northeast as well. I'm wondering if I can create like a path in the top right corner. Also, let's just, for continuing this conversation, Gerrymandering Examples. I'm gonna pull some up. What is this one from? What year is this article written? I just want... Oh, this is outside of Chicago. I don't know when this is written, but this is a great example of one actually, I'm gonna pull it up right now. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that we're talking about with gerrymandering in the United States. The fact that this is one district that's highlighted. Or was one at one point. Like this right here, this is the kind of stuff we're talking about. It's like, how do you even consider that a viable thing? Gerrymandering. Here we've got more examples. In North Carolina. Like, what even is that? The size of this District 1, that's all blue, so you can have District 2 over here and District 4 in the center. Like, this is the kind of thing they just keep doing. And then you get this. This is another great example right here. Wait, where's... Is it in the article? No. Okay, well, we could just look at it from the image. If you look at the image there, 50% of the votes went Democrat and 50% with Republican, but the Republicans got 10 of the 13 seats. That's absurd. You have here America's most gerrymandered districts. You have Maryland's 3rd district, which I don't even know what that's supposed to look like. Texas's 35th district, Louisiana's 2nd district, Illinois' 4th district, which is one of the examples we saw before, Texas's 33rd district. These are the most bizarrely shaped things. Maryland's 3rd district looks like a bunch of, I don't even know, like, a bunch of different shapes just strung together with string. And this is what we're talking about. If you can change the shape of the boundaries on the map, then you can control a lot. Jalek says they're pushing them so far left that a rent cap and actual property expropriation is on the table of landlords. They made it up so people there and the slim majority was for expropriation, and the other two parts of the coalition basically ignored it. Let me do that for you, Gangle. Let me pull that up quick. Dan Crenshaw's district. Is that Texas's 35th? No, that's Texas 2nd district. Images. Let me pull this image up. Yep, there we are. That's ridiculous. You've got this large block connected by this thin string, connected to another large block, with another thin string connected to another large block. And then this little, like, staircase thing in the bottom. Absolutely ridiculous. Thank you for this example as well, Gangle. I appreciate it. Jalek says, Link isn't all good. There's a wing of the party that's crying about LGBT plus representation, decrying the people in favor of their as lifestyle lefties. That's frustrating. But the party can't afford to just oust them because they might not make 5%. What if I did this? Something like this? Maybe if I put this here? No. Can I put a forest up to the northeast? Oh, you know what? Hold up. What if... I can also move all this. JLX says they lost a bunch of voters to the fascists, which was really weird. That's always infuriating. Oh, you know what? Maybe I have to move this. Based on what he's saying about the tree. Northeast Mother Tree. I don't know what it wants from me here. Because I'm assuming it wants me to do something in this direction, but I don't know. We have the owl here. This is the mother tree. If I go northeast, it should be this way. Oh! There was a page. Okay. Got it. Chirp, very glad to see you again. Though Chirp's been hiding. Needed a break from watching Mother grow. She's very slow and very quiet. Tell Chirp of your travels. How have you visited other forests? Perhaps met someone who likes watching trees, someone who needs a job. The volcano? Chirp visited once when he was a sprout. Not sure how to get there, though. Perhaps Chirp can ask the Wildwood. Old Watcher has been teaching Chirp a bit about tree tongue. Rustle, 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 rustle. The Wildwood says something about a bee and a witch. How exciting. Ah, Chirp's still learning apparently. They say a tree has an itch. Not sure what it means, but maybe you can scratch it. Chirp will draw you a reminder. Chirp suppose it's time to rejoin Mother now. Everyone can stop looking for Chirp. I'll see you there. You just went up to the... He went up to the northeast and ended up here. Okay. Mother was very understanding of Chirp's absence. Did you find an itchy tree to scratch? I bet it looks like just like Chirp's drawing. So now we have to find a tree that looks like that. Ashes rain, skies dark, and earth shakes cannot take you there now. But path exists, yes, go deep. The volcano path is elsewhere. A small hole behind the tree blocked by thick branches. They look like they're scratching? The branches blocking the hole are too heavy for you to move yourself. So what could we do? I just want to connect everything up a little bit. How can I get something to scratch, or not to scratch that, but to move the branches? Jalix says, oh, we have an agency that's in charge of enforcing the Constitution that's headed by a Nazi. That doesn't sound like a good thing at all. The branches blocking the halls are too heavy to move yourself. Yeah, that's a major yikes. With your assistance, I'm sure we can count on you. And what have you there? Is that one of Churb's tree drawings? What he lacks in artistic skill, he makes up for in third-person narration. That tree doesn't look familiar with me, but you could check with Chomek. He's down by the river. Or you know what? I can just pop myself over there. Of course, he's on the other side of the river. Here we are. Ah, that drawing tells me that you must have found Churb. I'd like to help you look for your tree, but I'm still gathering water. It's a good thing I'm so strong, though my bear friend is even stronger. But don't tell him I told you that. He'll never let me live it down. If you need any strong fellows, Bear and I are your guys. I'm a bit busy with this water, but he's having lunch with the old watcher near the campfire. Yay, we got the bear to help us. Oh, we're back in the underground. This looks like it's promising. Some text on the wall, but it's too dark to read. He hasn't done that much with his post, though, except for defining a bunch of socialist organizations as radical. They'll always come for the socialists first. Socialists, communists, and anarchists, that's what they do. Hey, we got some light. We can light all the other torches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The mountain is alive. Maybe I have to put the torch back now that I picked up lit all the other ones. I like the music as well. This game has had a very atmospheric music. Very relaxing as well, for me at least. And this area is no exception to that. What am I supposed to do here? What if I stack it this way? Anybody have any idea what I have to do with these torches and these caves? Because the only hint I have is that the cave is alive and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have to order it in, like... What is a sock ball, Jalix? Oh. I got it. The number of torches. Duke, you sent that message and I just saw it at the same time that I had just put it together. I thought these two both had 3 torches. I didn't see the 4th torch on this one, and that was throwing me off. But thank you for picking that up and for letting me know. Jithik says it's part of a fursuit, the part you wear on your feet. There's a shoe that's usually as a base, but I used a sock. Okay. I had no idea about that. What was that? Is that a secret tunnel? Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Are you a guest? I have to tell Thumbo. I wonder who Thumbo is. I'm also enjoying the music, sorta, working on a few things. They're not making great headway. I'm sorry to hear that you are not making great headway on your projects, Jaguar. A broom that looks like an old watcher's mustache. We are in the land of the volcano. Well, hello there. Wow, Pinko wasn't kidding about a guest. Wow, welcome to the world-famous, luxurious lava lodge. We have all manner of superb facilities and the most wonderful scenic views of the volcano. We're honored to have that you've chosen to stay with us. Jayvix says, I honestly wanted some cozy slippers, so I'm starting to work on them. Nice! I hope that it comes out like you wanted. Duke says, I'm looking at images of puzzles, considering getting one to do with the girlfriend. Awesome. What kind of puzzle are you looking at? Like, digital, physical, how many pieces, what kind of thing? Jaguar says, I'm not sorry, it happens. Thanks for the sentiment, though. Fair enough. They're usually quite full up with guests, but we can't seem to remove the rock blocking our entrance. It showed up during the last eruption just over there. We've tried to pushing it, breaking it, calling it rude names. It refuses to move. Any vase, the first night is free of charge. I'll let my siblings know you're here. They run the lodge with me. Physical, lots of pieces. That's always a great activity to do. If you have the space for it and you have a spot to put the puzzle, that is amazing. And that can always be a great activity for people. Jaguar says, cozy slippers are nice. Good luck with your project as well, Jalix. Indeed. I know Vulcan is a German word for volcano. Not sure about Vulcan, though. Attention, everyone. We have a guest staying with us tonight. Let's take excellent care of her. Please have a look around. Just don't touch anything molten or bubbling. Strange purple plants. They smell of sulfur, but so does everything else. I can imagine. A huge rock, it seems mildly offended. What did we do to offend the rock? Jilix says, anyway, it's been really fun being here, but I should probably go to bed, to be honest. So good night, you all. Have a lovely night, Jalix. I hope all is well in that regard, and you can join us next time as well. Duke says, Vulcan is both the planet of Vulcans from Star Trek and the Roman god. True. Please forgive my rudeness earlier, we just usually don't have guests. Arriving from our storage room, that is. But we're very happy to have you. If you need anything, my name is Pinko. I'm the youngest of the Palmer family. My siblings and I will make sure your stay is relaxing and comfortable. We'll also make sure that it contains an absolute minimum of lava-related injuries. May I give you a tour of our grounds? We're currently in our grand lobby, as you can see, and just below us is you'll find the world-famous lava fountain. It's like a chocolate fountain, except instead of chocolate, it's full of deadly face-melting lava. Stop offending the rocks, Tara. I can't help it. I just have a habit of offending rocks. Please don't eat it. Don't forget to sample our glorious lava fountain before you move on. Strong electromagnetic field underground. Please avoid use of delicate instruments. Nobody bring your computers. Spectacular, isn't it? Guests travel from all over to behold our lava fountain. Some of them throw coins in and make a wish, but they usually just end up wishing they hadn't stood so close to the fountain. Please watch your step. Oh sure, we have eruptions sometimes. It's an active volcano after all. But there's no need for concern, ma'am. We followed our volcano calendar very closely. We always take the necessary precautions, and we're not due for an eruption anytime soon. Now that we all feel safe, let's continue the tour. I'm going to run ahead and make sure our geyser elevator is working. We weren't expecting a guest so soon. I'll meet you back in the ground lobby, and we'll head to the kitchen next. Yum! Red hot magma, why does it look so delicious? I can't tell you why it looks delicious. Why would red hot lava look delicious? It's kind of terrifying. Okay, I can't move the underground. But I can move the above ground. Please observe, ma'am. Keep your arms by your sides and simply step onto the elevator. Just like that. We've had minimal scaldings, I assure you. Okay, then. A goat-shaped marking on the ground. A huge steamy vent. Smells like cooking? Now entering Bird Canyon. If you're lucky, you'll be able to witness our birds migrating. Plates so clean you could eat off of them. I would hope so. I hope plates would be clean enough for you to eat off of. Various seasonings. A clun built with stones of all sizes. Impressive. This is our kitchen, also world famous, in which we prepare a variety of sumptuous dishes for our guests. You won't believe how few get sick. Mido is our head chef. She's a superb cook. Braised swamp yams, sour mountain nettles, crispy cactus loaves with goat butter. Here I go, making myself hungry. Hello, ma'am. You must be our special guest. I hope you're hungry, as I've already started preparing our most renowned dish. Ash smoked honeybird. You're right to gasp. Because we're out of season, the ash plumes are a bit unpredictable, so it may take a bit longer than usual. We're at the mercy of the mountain, I'm afraid, but it will be worth the wait. A dining table cut from a single tree, elegantly set. Jaguar says, I do like that there are so many different landscapes and the people are characterized to fit their landscapes. Very true. I think that's to this game's credit that it has such a diverse representation of the world around it. And it really kind of makes you feel like you're exploring the world. I'm gonna follow that bird. I'm gonna follow that bird. Following the bird. There we go. Ooh, changing the above ground changes the underground. That's interesting. Wrong direction. We did indeed get dinner. Wow, what a beauty. Guests don't usually catch their own dinner, but it's certainly faster. Thanks for the help. I can't wait to hear what you think. Have a seat and I'll be right back with the rest of your meal. Thanks to the mountain for this bounty. Let's dig in. I bet I can eat more birds than you. Ready, go. You ate 22 smoky birds. So what'd you think? I'm so glad you liked it. I think that was her best bird yet. We can continue the tour shortly. I just need a moment to digest. I'll meet you at the guest rooms. I am assuming that the guest rooms are from the piece that we just acquired. Like if we put that there, while we can't arrive to it above ground, I'm assuming that it'll... Yep, it's available underground. The goats eye you creepily with their creepy eyes. Okay. Ooh, just a moment, ma'am. I didn't expect you to beat me here. I'd hate for you to get lost in our palatial estate. Anyways, you're welcome to your quarters. We've put you in the master suite, conveniently located directly above the hot spring. World famous both. My brothers Indo and Ringo are waiting nearby to assist you. What is the meh for, Duke? The statue rocks, man. I love the pun. A drawer full of pamphlets. Welcome to Goat Grotto, the smallest rock you've ever seen. Lava, nature's spiciest water. Hotel liability in you. Honeybird, conserve or indulge. A stone slab covered in small stone. And some bedding. A bed? Good day. That goat noise? True, that was a little bit weird. You must be our guest. I'm not sure how you made it here, but we're very happy to have you. You must be exhausted after exploring our many amenities. Would you like to rest briefly in our innovative slate bed? It's quite rejuvenating. A look of pure excitement if I've ever seen one. Please lie down and make yourself comfortable. Let the rocks work their magic. Ah, are you feeling its effects? The rocks stimulate your pressure points, relieving tension and transferring their energy into you. Ah yes, stir up that hot lava within you. Let it flow into each of your limbs, warming your core and massaging your muscles. There's nothing else quite like it. It can be a bit much for some guests, admittedly, but now you have the energy of the volcano coursing through you. The perfect time to enjoy our hot springs just downstairs. A startling, lifelike carving of an ostrich. A comfortable chair with a stone pillow. I apologize, ma'am. Our hot spring is currently neither hot nor a spring. It's more like more of a cold nothing, really. Jaguar says, decided to put the other stuff I was working on and went another creative thing. Music. Nice. I hope that your music goes well. Nope, gotta flip that around. And we got another page. Hello, ma'am. This is our volcano calendar. Today's forecast says ashy with a chance of fireballs. Pleasant. Don't miss our hot spring. It's my favorite part of the lodge. We'll wrap up the tour once you're all warmed up. Beware of whirlpool. Apologies if you've seen this sign too late. We should probably move this. It looks like the water spout is clogged up there. We should be way more relaxed by now. Fair enough, we'll have to go up to the top. Toiletries. You kick something loose. Well, the spring has sprung, but the hot has yet to heat. Perhaps Thumbo knows what's wrong. Could you check with Thumbo in the grand lobby? I'm a little underdressed. Where was he again? Do we have to go back this way? welcome back. I've received word that the water in our hot spring isn't very welcoming at the moment. My apologies, our heater must be malfunctioning. I hate to ask this of a guest, but could you have a look at it? You seem to have a good sense of how things fit together. Think of it as a secret extra tour. I'll tell Pinko to take a goat and meet you there. Our heater is located at the center of the volcano. It's only accessible via goat. You'll need this orange key to get the goat started. Just pop it on its mouth and hang on. It's a carrot. Fair enough. So where were those goats again? It was over here. Okay. Meh. So I can use this to transport myself around. Take me to the volcano crater. Ma'am, thanks for helping out, ma'am. We're probably risking our lives, but you can't put a price on comfort. Yes, you can. That goat bleat? Yeah, for real. Let's get that heater fixed. You should be prepared for anything down there, ma'am. Fire golems, demonic goats, sentient lava, I've seen it all. Always head on down and I'll read you the instructions from up here. Give the rope a tug when you get to the bottom. Are you at the bottom? Okay, listen carefully. First, head to the big wall at the back. Okay. Do you see 3 switches? Flip the one on the left. Now flip the one on the right. Now do a little dance. Just kidding. Head to the middle and put your hands on the wheel. Alright, you're gonna need to turn it. First, turn left twice. 1, 2. Turn right 3 times. Turn left twice. Right once. I may have been reading the wrong set of instructions. Sounds like we fully rebooted the system. Maybe come back up quickly? Oh geez, oh geez. I would love to use the rope if it didn't mean I had to walk on... Wait, why did that work? One second. I just want Wanted to check something super quick. There's a thing that needed to be done here. Okay, I see. Okay, never mind. I'm not up to that yet. Oh, the volcano is going to erupt. We have to get as far as possible from it. We must have read the volcano calendar wrong. That's only ever happened 5 or 10 times before. I just got a slate bed and everything's yelling right. Oh boy, that hot lava is going to feel so good on my cold body, I assume. No, it's not. That was a big... Whoa, so smoky. The hot spring is gonna be hot. No deaths this time. So hot, so springy, I love it. Look up, brothers and sisters, behold the legendary flame tornado. Yet another remarkable addition to our world-famous lodge. Perhaps it's time to raise our prices. There we go. Got the fourth piece. That eruption inspired me. Blackened cave newt with fiery rock candy. Such a bomb. I'm a sleep bed man myself, but I can't deny the allure of this sweet, sulfury spring. I have never been in a hot spring like this. I wonder, like, how that is. How did you like the tour? Wonderful. Remember to tell your friends how safe it was. I did not feel safe. To our esteemed guest, we've received a package for you. Please pick it up in the grand lobby when you check out. Take me to the grand lobby. There you are. This arrived for you. Ooh, a note. My Carto, did you see that eruption? What a sight. I just barely escaped. The volcano seemed to move at the last moment. How fortunate. Or perhaps you're getting better with your map, you clever girl. I hope you got away safely too. I'm not convinced anyone knows how to read that dang calendar. The smoke is making it a bit hard to navigate, and my engine is close to overheating. There's an iceberg at the edge of the world. I'm going to swing by to cool things down and let the skies clear. Meet me there if you can. Love, Granny. Good news, I hope? We have some good news of our own. The rock is gone from our entrance. The eruption must have shaken it loose. I'm sure we'll be swarming with guests in no time. Hope to see you again soon. Tell your friends. Are you ready to leave the volcano? Yeah, we can leave. Off we go. Where are we? We're back here. Carto, hi. I'm so glad you're back. I could really use your help. I'm feeling a little homesick. I thought I'd feel better if I could read about my island, maybe even find a way to sail back, but I can't find any books about it. The story tender said he'd help me, but I think he forgot. I didn't forget, you whippersnapper. I've just been busy cleaning up the downstairs. Somebody made a proper mess while rifling through our collection. I'm sure she didn't mean it, whomever she was. She was just eager and, inconsiderate. Well, if you girls can get things squared away downstairs, I'll have some more time to help. I can look through our files and let you know what I find. Of course, we can do that. Can we do that, Carto? Please? You're so good at arranging things. Hooray! Okay, we're in. Just show us what to do. You know, this all sounds so similar to the book I'm reading right now. No matter. Follow me downstairs. I got most of the books put away, but these boxes need to be moved. Can you transfer them from the left mat to the right mat? Just make sure to keep small boxes on top of bigger ones so that nothing gets crushed. I'll be at the front counter looking through our files. Just let me know when you're done. Thanks, girls. I would not mess up a library. This is a lie. Duke, this is a lie. The little cartographer returned from the volcano only slightly singed. She needed to meet her granny on an iceberg, and no idea how to get there. But first, her good friend needed her help. Looks like Oh, this is new? Visitors are often taken aback by the intensely positive attitudes of those living on the slopes of the volcano. Its inhabitants claim to not fear death, allowing them to take constant risks and live happy, robust lives. Research shows that living on the volcano results in a much higher sulfur content in the blood of those tested. The sulfur worms its way into the brain, damaging the fear-sensing portion of the frontal lobe. Ignorance is bliss, perhaps. Nothing new here. Nothing new here. Sorry I made such a mess down here. Finished already? Let me have a look. Fine box work, that. Next batch is ready for you. It's a shade trickier, I think. Oh, these are just Tower of Annoy puzzles. Evens are center, and odds are right, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. So you'd put 1 here, 2 here, 2 goes on top, 3 would go here, yeah, then 4 would go there. So you put 1 here, 2 ends up here, 3 ends up here, 4 ends up here. That's correct. Then you put 2 down. You put the 1 on the 2, which makes room for the 3. Then you put the 1 here. Stack the 2 on top. Bring the 1 on top of that. And the 4 goes here. Now you have an odd amount, so you'd stack 1 here, 2 here, and then 3 goes here. 1 goes here, 2 goes here, and then 3 goes here, and then even, yeah. Another batch done? Let me see. 1 last batch. Okay. Wait, where's the last batch? Wait, what? Oh, no, I didn't. Where are they? Oh, geez. Are we serious? One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Even. Here we go. Are we seriously being forced to do a 10-stack Tower of Annoy? You can't even reach the top. Where do you start? Okay, I have a silly idea. Now where can we read about the sailing routes? Shortly after her best friend, the little cartographer, left the Story Chalet, the blue-haired girl's mind started to drift. She imagined her people back on her island, laughing and fishing, and she missed them greatly. She made up her mind to return home to visit them, and then set off to sail. However, she was quickly thwarted by heavy ocean fog, and then her compass stopped working. She tried several times in vain before giving up and sadly sailing back to the Story Chalet. Though she wasn't the type to give up so easily. The blue-haired girl decided that she would look through every book in the chalet until she found a way to navigate home. She headed downstairs and started rifling through books. Well, the thing is, Duke, when you say that it's math time, the funny thing is there is an actual mathematical pattern to the Tower of Annoy puzzle. If you have an even stack, you stack on the one that isn't the goal, and if it's odd, you stack on the goal. And you can follow that because at the end of the day, each time you're doing a recursive version of the puzzle, and so there is actually a mathematical formulation to do that very quickly, actually. Spending their days living with and full of soil, most earthworms are experts on the matter. It is said that if you give soil to a worm, they can point towards its source. Though not all worms are created equal, and some more accurate than others. Many have been led astray by an overeager yet unskilled worm. But for those looking for a little help finding their way home, the right worm can be an invaluable companion. Look at this. There's a way to navigate the ocean using soil from your destination. I'm glad we grabbed some before we left. Now we just need a worm to sniff it out. Wait, you had a worm on you this whole time? Gross, but also yay. We have everything we need. It's time to set sailing back, but I'm not supposed to. I just need to see everyone even from afar. Oh, I'm sorry, Carto. I was so wrapped up in my own feelings I didn't ask about yours. Did you find anything about your granny? How is the volcano? Oh, a letter from your granny. May I read it? I'm so glad she's safe, and she wants to meet you on an iceberg? My people have spoken of such a place near the edge of the world. I don't know how to get there, but perhaps they do. We're already headed back to the island, so maybe we could find out more there. You can ask around, and I'll do some snooping. What do you say, Carto? Will you come back with me to my island? Yeah, sure. Great, let's get back to the boat. I did a lot of reading while you were gone, and it was great. But it turns out the theater of the mind can't beat the spray of salt water on your face. I'm excited to get back out there. There's a reason why people of a certain tribe can never return home after they sail for their coming of age. It used to be that some who left would try to sail home, only to be thwarted by the ocean or bad weather, and their families would never know the truth of what happened or assume they didn't want to visit. By following this new tradition, parents can better prepare for the pain of never seeing their children again. It will never be easy, but they'll know what to expect, a tough but needed tradition. Not only is iceberg dwelling a demanding lifestyle choice, but an entirely unpredictable one. Running into a friend might be the last time you see them for a while if the icebergs don't drift together again. Residents install supply boxes of essential tools and food, sea pickles, on every iceberg in case anyone were to get stranded. Nice of them. The legend of the seventh iceberg has been passed down for countless generations. What was once an ancient document lives only in story, recounted by the archaeologist Luwak to whomever will listen. The story says that the iceberg contains a treasure to improve the lives of all people living at the edge of the world. Legend though it might be, Luwak has dedicated his existence to finding the treasure, never giving up hope. Is that all of the story so far? I know that the look in your eye, you girls are off to adventure. Why don't you forget? Don't forget to stop by the chalet whenever you're in the neighborhood. We're always good for a new story. True. The little cartographer and her friend were set to sail. They'd return to the island where they began with the hope of a wriggly companion. And somewhere far beyond that, Granny's iceberg loomed large. Just make sure there's no other books that I missed. I think that's everything. That one's good. And that one is good. And that one is good. As is that one. Just checking something quick. Okay. So I guess we head back to the boat now. Let's cruise. You take the swell, I'll take the sail, and we'll keep a close eye on your worm buddy. Shannon and Carto back on the high seas. It's so good to be sailing again. Now which way do we go? How am I supposed to tell? Oh, is it pointing in the direction? Southeast? Getting kind of foggy. Oh, it's spelling the letter. North. Okay. That's my island. You girls look familiar. We're just mermaids here. You've never seen us before. Oh, that makes sense. Carry on then. That was close. We just need to get past the reef. Any tips? Let me see what the worm says. Sail towards 11 o'clock? Can do, Captain Carto. We're in the lake. Okay, now, this is just ridiculous. No, this is really good music for seafaring. Something to do with a hook? It doesn't feel right, but I'll give it a shot. The worm's in the shape of a question mark. Sail clockwise, then straight? No? All of the above? Sail towards 7 o'clock, then turn clockwise. Go straight and throw the hook. Well, it's worth a try. I'm not sure how that worked, but we made it. Great job, everyone. I can't believe we're really back here. You and your squirmy friend are quite the team. Carto and Earthworm Wriggles. Carto and Wriggles. Okay, let's split up and look for clues to the iceberg. We can meet back here when we have some more info. I'm going to stay out of sight since I'm not supposed to be back here. I know it's just a tradition, but it's important to my family. See you back here in a bit, Carto. Hey kid, you're back. Is Shannon with you? Of course she isn't, dear. You know the tradition. Ah, yes, of course. Well, please give her a huge Blair hug if you see her. We miss her dearly. Have you traveled back here for the fishing festival? It only happens a few times a month, and we have a competition there. I'm happy to loan you a rod and bobber in case the mood strikes you. Thank you again for accompanying Shannon. It was so kind of you. I hope she's doing well and feels our love for her, even from afar. We think about her all the time. Did you girls sail the whole archipelago? She's a born adventurer. I knew she'd take to it once she got a taste. She just had to get out of her comfort zone. Are we going to do a fishing competition? Little one, I hope your travels have treated you well. Yet again, your timing is fortunate, for our fishing festival is upon us. I call it a fishtival. Or, yeah, fishtival, but don't tell my wife. Ugh. Anyways, the fishtival will be held nearby at Big Fish Lock. We'll have a fishing competition, and outsiders are always welcome. They won't let me enter since I'm a fisherman by trade, but that means I get to be the host. What an honor. It's nice to see you again. I was just wondering if we would have any visitors competing this month. My little lady here is growing up so quickly. I'm sure she'll be slinging fish like her father before I know it. This sandpiper won't stay still. I just want to show it this cool stick. I don't think the bird wants to see your stick. Just want to recombine all this a little bit. There's got to be a way to connect that. That works. Alright, at least we can get everywhere now if we need to. I don't know if that's helpful, but we have the ability to do so at the very least. Have we met before? You look very familiar. You remind me of a mermaid I saw recently. Except it had a sailboat for a tail and two heads. Very strange. Oh, hello again. I trust your travels have been fruitful. Have you encountered our dearest son, perchance? I suppose chances were slim. Besides, last we heard from him, he was headed to the end of the world. But that was many years ago. I hope he brought something warm to wear. Oh, do you like cold weather? I'm told it builds character. I think she'd like to visit there, love. I recognized the twinkle in her eye. Our son had it too. The look of adventure. Well, a good map of the ocean might lead you there. And it so happens that I donated one as a prize in the fishing festival. You just have to find all the lost fish and lead them home to your net. I feel like you'll be good at that for some reason. Best of luck at the festival. I'll be rooting for you to win the ocean map. So I need to go get into this vegetable. Hey. Aw, that was for my dad? Yep. I really miss everyone, but I'm glad I got to see them from afar at least. Okay, so, to find your granny, we need to get to the iceberg. To find the iceberg, we need an ocean map. And to get an ocean map, we need to win the competition at the fishing festival. Right? Great. Well, we know the plan. Let's get fishing. The festival takes place in Big Fish Loch, nearby. It's our biggest loch, or lake. You can probably guess what it's shaped like. I still don't want anyone to recognize me, though. Oh, I have an idea. I'll be right back. Hey. Hi, Carto. I am Rhiannon. There's no way they'll recognize me now. I'm ready to go. Is everybody in position? We have 2 outsiders in the competition this time. Very exciting. Best of luck to you, Rhiannon and friend. Once you experience your first competition, you may be hooked. And don't worry, our prizes are safely locked away. Our rules are the same as always. First one to collect every type of fish wins. Let's begin. My dad gave us a couple of fishing rods to use. This one's for you. He didn't even notice it was me when he handed them over. Maybe reeled in too early. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing to catch the fish here. Apparently, I got one of the puzzle pieces there. Secret piece 1, 5. I wonder what these secret pieces end up unlocking. No fish biting right now. So do I have to, like, make the shape of different fish kind of thing? That's probably what I have to do. At least that's what I'm guessing. No fish biting right now. Okay. What if I did this? No fish biting right now. I do not know what I have to do. Do I have to be in a certain spot? I am not sure what to do. I will be right back. Give me 1 minute. Okay, I am back. I don't know what to do with this fish puzzle. I was imagining that I had to make like different sized and shaped fish with the water, but I'm not really sure what to do because nothing's biting. Like, do I have to use all the pieces in some sort of shape or something? Maybe something like that? No fish biting right now. Is there anything that's supposed to tell me what shapes I'm supposed to make this, if that's what it is? The waters are stirring. Oh. I see. That makes sense. It's gonna tell me when caught a green glover. So I'm just supposed to play with this to try to make different shapes, maybe? There are 4 types of fish in this lake. I drew them for you. You drew them for me. That's useful. Okay. Wait, what did that one look like? Okay. So this curves down here. Is that curved? No, it's further back. Okay. So I just need to swap. That here. The waters are stirring. There we go. When the NPCs help out. Yay! Yeah, it's about time when the NPCs help out. Okay. We have Miko's Gobi, a green Glover. What is next? So then we have the fin going down. Like that. Is that not it? Oh no, and then this part goes up. Oh, okay, or not. Or was it like that? The waters are stirring, there we go. Caught a blue bandit. And then the last shape, that's a weird one. Let's try to make that happen then. Is this it? No. Maybe this goes like that. Yep, there we go. And we've got all the fish. Someone may have caught all the fish. Come turn in your catch and let me check. Yeah, that works. They're indeed from this lake, and on one of each type. The winner of this competition is Rhiannon and her friend. The prize is yours. Nice, we have the map. It's been great seeing you again, kid, but I imagine you have other islands to visit, especially with that fancy new ocean map you won. I have so much I want to ask about Shannon, but I suppose her life is her own now. Tell me though, is she well? Is she happy? Yep. Oh, that puts my mind at ease. Thank you for being such a good friend to her. You're welcome back anytime. And you too, Rhiannon. Quite some fishing skills you displayed as well. You must have grown up on an island. Might I ask which one? Looks like you guys are eager to find your next port of call. I don't blame you, it's a big ocean out there. The sea will bring us together again, if it wills it. Farewell. Hey, Carto? Thanks for doing that with me. I was really happy to see that my parents and everyone else are doing well, even if my dad still can't catch a fish to save his life. You helped me get home and reunite with my people. And now it's time for me to help you do the same. We're going to find your granny, I just know it. To the edge of the world, iceberg ahoy. We made it. Mark, welcome. How are you doing today? I've never seen snow like this before. It's so peaceful and so cold. I'd better keep the boat moving before it freezes in the ice. If you want to start looking for your granny, I'll come find you once I've found a safe place to dock. Oh, this is a solid piece. Wow. Dum-dee-dum. I came here to gather food, but I didn't expect to gather a new friend, too. You don't look nearly warm enough, little snowflake. Please take my scarf. It should keep you toasty. I'm glad, you like it. I have plenty more where that came from. We all need to support each other to live in a harsh place like this. You look like you traveled a long way to get here. I hope you find whatever it is you're looking for. A decaying wooden bridge doesn't look safe to cross. I am doing well. Yeah, I have no complaints in this end. We've just been playing Carto, probably gonna be wrapping up pretty soon, but otherwise, enjoying the experience, just taken in the game. Ooh, this is different. We're dealing with, like, puzzle pieces now. As opposed to single pieces, so it's going to be more difficult to connect things. Jaguar says that's my favorite YouTube emoji and always use it when I pop on the streams. That is true. The cat in the box is definitely one I see from you every single time you pop on, Jaguar. It really is. Oh, you know what? That would work. Hold up. Hold up. Since we can't cross the bridge, we can go onto this piece and move ourselves down here. Maybe? Nope, that's not gonna work. Because we have no way to pass the mountains on this particular block. We could do that. And then that, and then we can get to this person. Good tidings. It's nice to see a new face, though I'm afraid you've caught me in a bit of a pickle. I seem to have left my backpack behind when I was eating lunch, pickles and all. I was on the other side of the mountains, across the bridge. But now I need tools in my backpack to fix the bridge, and well, you could see the pickle. Jaguar says, I love how cats can be so entertained by simple things like a box. That is really true. It's like you buy them a cat bed and they want the box for the cat bed instead of the actual bed itself. Jaguar says, no, Duke says, cue Tetris music. Certainly feels like that. So it's across that bridge, so I need to somehow... trying to see how I can get across that bridge. I think I'll figure that out. So if we're over here, we figured out that we can get to this guy. So we need to get across that. Which means we need to get into that forested area. Hold up, we could do that. Now we're in this center area. With this wooden... There we go. We got the backpack. Okay, let's give you the backpack. I got 2 people to stop eating meat this month, and I was slaughtering one of my cows around this time last year. Times are changing. Interesting. That, if you're able to do it, that is awesome to pursue. If you are in a place where that is possible, so that is good to hear. Merchants, welcome back. You caught it pretty much at the end. I was just gonna start wrapping up now. We just repaired this bridge. Now, one thing I will say before we wrap up is, from what I am gauging, we're in one of the last 2 chapters of Carto, which means next time we are going to probably finish this game, do any cleanup that has to be done in terms of the bonus stuff and everything like that. Indeed, Merc, it is very much a privilege to be able to eat vegetarian for many people, especially given food deserts and a lot of lack of availability in certain areas, especially with the way the country prioritizes, or at least the US, I can speak for it, the country prioritizes and subsidizes meat production very heavily. So it can be very difficult That's not even counting potential health reasons and other factors that can come into play that limit the amount of vegetarian options people could have. Though, if you are in that place, it is a good thing to try to do. I definitely believe that. But when it comes to the game, I do want to say that we're going to wrap it up next time, probably in the early part of the stream, which means we'll probably go back to Staxel for a very short period of time to do the whole thing of, creating the little statue or something to commemorate finishing this game, and then building a portal to whatever game we're going to play next. So if you have any games that you'd like to see played, especially ones that have been in Humble Monthlies, or Humble Choice, because that's what I have access to very easily, because of my subscription to that, that would be something worthwhile. If anyone on the Discord wants to drop any options or choices as well in the gaming section, by all means. I'll throw out a few games as possibilities for the next game as well. And if you want to throw anything into the comments, that would be appreciated as well. So we will try to figure out our next game over the course of the week, and we'll meet back here next Sunday. I hope to see you all there. If you're someone new and this is your first time watching this particular stream, please do consider joining the Discord and following me on Twitter. Both links are in the description down below. And if you are in a financial place where you feel safe and secure enough to do so, do consider please giving me a donation, either a single donation or Patreon. You can also now do monthly donations through Streamlabs, which is in the same single donation link down below. So whatever option works for you. Thank you everyone for stopping by. And again, only donate if you are in a place to do so. So I will see you all next week. Duke, thank you as well. Thank you everyone else who has made it out here today. And my name is Anarchist Terra, and I thank you all for watching.